60% shooting from the field. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down by 1. Lets it fly from long range. And that's a backcourt violation. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Runner here won't go. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. His team up by 1. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Great feed. Sets it up. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Gets it in the right corner. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Kyrie Irving at the line for 2 shots. A career 87% from the line. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Ibaka, defended by Nerlens Noel. Flushes it home.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
That's me.
Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Kawhi Leonard, couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip. And he's going to the free throw line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Nerlens Noel with the block. Nice finish at the rim.
Good shot, good shot.
From long range, that misses with 3 seconds left. That'll do it for the first quarter with the Celtics in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Irving brings the ball up court to Hayward. Irving. Works it. Over to the right side. Irving. Another chance. Horford. Tatum. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Almost unlucky bounce to Irving. Hayward buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Deep two there, won't go.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Horford. Can't connect. Toronto has the basketball. To Ibaka. Terrific vision. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
OG Anunoby has got 2 shots coming. Not the best career mark, 62%. And gets both to drop at the line. Irving to Marcus Smart. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Lowry. It's Boston with the rebound.
Rebound.
Has a look. Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
4-3. Second effort. There it is, Al Horford. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Lowry to Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. To Jaylen Brown. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry to Gasol. Baseline drive. Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Horford. Goes to the right side. That's rebounded by Toronto. To Lowry. And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Into the game for the Raptors, number 9.
Ibaka. Had a chance, but it's no good. Rozier into the front court. Up a dozen. Cruises inside for 2.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Great pass to set it up. Throws it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rozier knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Lowry with it. His guys trail by 13. Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry. Gets to the basket and scores.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Lowry with a shot that's no good. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Celtics have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors did a lot of things wrong in that opening half.
Game track.
Bench points. The Toronto Raptors are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
Kyrie Irving was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Game track. Bench point. Player of the half.
Kyrie Irving did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
All right. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. That pass taken away by Toronto.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Celtics have it. Hayward. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Nothing going here on that drive. Horford to Marcus Smart. Deep left corner. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Lowry to Leonard.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
Gets it in the left corner. A shot, no good by Green. Tatum. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass. Now the Raptors. Going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Lowry. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Hayward sets him up. That pass taken away by Toronto. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
Oh, that's how it's done.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Lowry to Gasol. Great dish to set it up. And finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Pascal Siakam, strong finish. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Lowry into the front court. Down a bundle. Count the basket inside.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter.
Entering the game for the Boston Celtics, number 11.
Textbook body control. On the Euro step.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying. Trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
And throws it down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Irving, now a steal as the Raptors have it. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Kawhi Leonard, 4 out of 7.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Irving to Hayward. Fires the 3, and Gordon Hayward, 0 hesitation as he knocks it down for 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Leonard. Al Horford sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Kawhi Leonard. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
For 3, it's Tatum with the rebound.
Got him.
3 quarters down. The Celtics own a comfortable lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the 4th, and not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
Leonard, not that time. He missed it. To Irving. Throws it up. That pass taken away by Toronto.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Nice pass to set things up. Nerlens Noel tips it. They've got it now. Boston with the basketball. Irving, pass to the rim. flushes down the slam. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
8-second violation. It's going the other way. Irving. He was all over him. Lowry into the front court. His guys down big. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Irving. Missed it. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Looking to make something happen. Has a chance. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level? But that jumper's wet, too.
Irving. And knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
To Lowry. And draws the foul.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Kyrie with the rock. Count it.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard, down low Green. Al Horford, snatching it out of the air. Here's Schroeder with it. His guys holding the big lead. Lays it in with the touch off the alley-oop pass.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Wide open, too easy. You can't give him that look.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Irving to Jaylen Brown. Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. Leonard can't get the bounce. To Irving. Tosses. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Cashes in for 2.
What a move. If you're on defense, you can't be caught flat-footed there.
Horford goes to the left side. Trying to cash in. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
So Lowry fires the 3. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
To Horford. Beyond the arc for 3. Cleared by Ibaka. Lowry into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
And the penalty. Stepping in for the Celtics, number 3, Nerlens Noel.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Lowry into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving to Horford. Schroeder. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. And now a reach, and that's going to be an intentional foul. Free throws here in the final minute of play.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Irving. Schroeder to Jaylen Brown. And the finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. But this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Danny Green. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Nerlens Noel. Going to launch beyond the arc. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Oh, he had it. Long heave from three-quarters court. It's a victory here for the Celtics. They move to 1-0 in their new campaign. That does it for my partner.
The Celtics came away with the victory in this one. And more often than not, they were hitting the 3 when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let...
Player of the game.
Kyrie Irving could not have been more important. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like midnight club in D-Town. What's up? Double edition, new keys in the ignition. My hat tipping, Dontrell Willis with the feet kicking. Knees cranking, you see what Pete cranking. I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grating. I mean, face it, y'all is cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies, they copy, they jocking. But Groxy, he just when the pretty boy finna end your title reign. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse in his fit. Just asking to just rob me, and these kicks just asking to start rocking. But you ain't gotta ask, just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son.
Out the I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a budget, gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to